2nd of February 2023. This Skidmark, I'm going to talk about the Joburg bus. That you may frown, but I'm sitting here and I'm watching things and I smile because if I don't smile I'm going to cry. The reality is South Africa is in deep shit, and the people, the voters, don't really understand how deep that shithole really is. South Africa is in deep trouble, serious trouble, and most of it is because of the bus driver. Now you may frown, but let me explain. Let's talk about Joburg. Johannesburg is the biggest city in South Africa with the biggest budget. Mashaba got things done in the city because he has a solid business background. He understands what is needed to drive a business. And in many respects, he reminded me a lot of Trump, the practical way in which he tackled the problems of Johannesburg. But Mashaba did not like the brand of the bus. It was a Merc, and he is more of a Iveco fan. In the end, that brand irritated him so much that he got off, because the motor plan of the Merc meant that he had to go frequently for a service, and the brand dictated his routes. He did not like that, because he was used to drive his bus the way he sees fit. Next came that young lady with a keen fashion sense and serious emphasis on articulating well, but she has zero experience of running a company or a city. She was totally in the hands of her handlers, and those hands slipped. Or did they slip? She never really stood a chance, because she is simply not emotionally capable of driving such a big bus. She is more comfortable in her Lexus. And that is the realities that you must look at. Now we have this youngster that I don't know from Adam, and a party with 1 or 2 representatives. For his first TV appearance, he pitches up in a t-shirt and sits with his arms folded like this. Obviously he does not have experienced advisors. He was totally unprepared and, more importantly, incapable. Has he ever managed a business? What is his track record? Where does this guy come from? Obviously he knows some big words, but is clueless of what he is actually saying, and without any idea of what is expected of him. When asked about his mission for his first 100 days, he selects potholes. Listen to this video clip, listen carefully, and you will understand what I am talking about.
In your first 100 days in office, where are you looking at in terms of your tasks that you need to perform almost immediately?
I'm looking at potholes, right? We need to identify systems that can assist human capital in terms of identifying those potholes. Remember, we are now on a digital era, and the technology has advanced so much so that there is a technology where you can use, and it will deploy the data into the person who can then allocate and deploy the human resources to fill up those potholes. So that
what the fuck is that? Not load shedding, not crime, not bad health services, Not bad water. Nope. Potholes. Don't misunderstand me. Potholes is a serious problem. But that should not be his top priority on his first TV appearance. Worst of all, he does not really have a plan on how to tackle the potholes, but just a huge mouthful of mumbo-jumbo referring to technology and human capital. If I was the presenter of that interview, he would have stormed out of that studio in tears. I would have ripped him apart. This kid cannot be behind the wheel of a Joburg bus. He is at the best capable of a smart car, and then it must be an EV. If you pick a bad bus driver, you must understand your chances of reaching your destination is very slim. It is my opinion that the Joburg bus is going to crash. And it will crash because the voters of Johannesburg elected a bunch of idiots with zero real management skills. And they are all there just for the power and the money. And fuck the citizens. Until voters realize that their vote is all they really have to ensure that their bus will reach its destination safely and on time, they must accept that the ride will be hell, and it is highly unlikely that they will ever reach their destination. This is the problem of South Africa. Incapable bus drivers. And we expect to arrive safely. On that note, please give me a like and a subscribe and share a thing. Thank you for your support.